Previously, on Around the World on 8 Plates, we traveled from the country of Slovenia to Uzbekistan. Where are we going today? Let's find out.
Hello everyone, welcome to Season 2, Episode 3 of Around the World on 8 Plates. Today we are traveling to a new country. Which country is it? We will reveal the answer to you later on. And we're going to learn how to cook a special dish from that country. Which dish is it? We will reveal that later on. Of course, we will also meet a special guest from that country. What is his name? We will reveal that to you later on. So, where are we going? Here's a clue for you. Let's see if you can figure out where we're going just by listening to this monologue. Here we go. One day, 3 people are comparing their weapons. Person A said, "You know what? My rifle is the best." Person B says, "My bazooka is the best." Person C says, "My laser is the best." My laser, my bazooka, and my rifle. So based on that monologue, what country do you think we're going to visit today? Well, you will find out later where we're going, but try to think about it. Again, my bazooka, my rifle, my laser. Which country is it? Well, I'll reveal it to you later. I need to film today's episode, so I will see you soon.
Presented to you by National Taiwan Normal University Common Core Education Committee, Foreign Language Education Division.
Welcome to the introduction of today's episode. So I'm going to give you 3 clues so that you guys can guess which country we're visiting today. I know you're dying, but before I tell you the answer, here are 3 clues for you. Here is clue number 1.
This country can teach us a lesson or two about finding the right balance between environmental protection and economic development. Well, this country is famous for 2 things. 1, orangutan, and 2, the palm oil industry. Let's start with the year 1973. Back then, there were around 300,000 wild animals living in the forests around the world. Some of these forests are from the country being featured today. However, in 2012, they found that only 2/3 of the orangutans were left in the wild. There are a few reasons why orangutans are in danger of becoming extinct. First, because of forest fires. Because of global warming, temperatures are rising and forests are getting drier and drier. This makes forests prone to forest fires. And these forest fires burn through the habitats of these orangutans and sometimes even burn these poor monkeys alive. The second reason is illegal hunting. Some orangutans are hunted because of their meat. Others are hunted for the illegal pet trade. Third is illegal logging. Why are so many trees cut down? Well, of course, a lot of products that we use come from trees, such as paper and wood. In addition to that, lots of trees are cut down to build roads and to build farms. And finally, palm oil plantations. So palm oil is used primarily for cooking in developing countries. It's also used in lots of other products such as food products, detergents, cosmetics, and even biofuel. It's found in lipstick, soaps, detergents, and even in your ice cream. So palm oil is very, very useful and it's a lucrative business. In order to grow palm oil, you need palm trees, and a lot of trees are cut down to plant these palm trees. As the number of plant tree plantations increase,
the forests shrink, making the habitats of orangutans smaller and smaller. Fortunately, the government of this country has taken action, so there's hope. Hope comes in several forms. First of all, the government plans to plant more pioneer trees. These are hardy trees that are okay with full sunlight and poor soils, and whose function is mainly to provide shade for animals and plants that live beneath it. Also, the government is setting up a fund to plant more fruit bearing trees. These trees give orangutans a chance to find food, build a shelter, and build a nest. Finally, the government has held open discussions with palm oil companies, forcing them to plant corridors and small pockets of fruit trees so that orangutans can travel from one part of the forest to another instead of being cornered or trapped in just one area. Now let's welcome clue number 2. Thanks to the efforts by the government, there are many places where you can find orangutans. First is Sepilok Orangutan Rehabilitation Center. There are around 60 to 80 orangutans and 25 are infants living in the nursery. And feeding time is at 10 a.m. and 3 p.m. every day, and you can watch these primates come out of the reserve and swing to the platform and grab fruit from you. Another place worth visiting is Kuba National Park. It is just 21 kilometers west of Kuching, one of the cities in the country being featured. And you can stay overnight in the national park and experience the jungle after dark, spend time hiking along the trails to waterfalls, in addition to, of course, looking for orangutans in their natural habitat. Other than the aforementioned 2 places, there are other places where you can see orangutans. In addition to orangutans, this country has lots of other kinds of wildlife. But if animals aren't your thing, you can go to beaches and other places like places of worship, places where there's great architecture, culture and art, breathtaking views, fun activities, and delicious food. Yum yum. And listen carefully, because here is clue number 3. We asked you to listen carefully because clue number 3 is a song. So listen to me sing a song from this country. Before revealing the country being featured today, let's have a recap. First, this country's government has saved lots of orangutans. It has lots of wildlife and other interesting things. It is also where the song Infinichita comes from. And finally, this country's name sounds like Malaysia. Where are we going today? Selamat datang, Malaysia! And I'm going to teach you how to cook Nasi Lemak with sambal, which is basically rice with crispy anchovies, toasted peanuts, grilled chicken, and fresh chili relish. To understand how to cook Nasi Lemak better, let us quickly learn more about Malaysia. Here's a postcard showing us the flag, some basic information, and location of Malaysia on a map. Finally, continue reading to find out more about how the Malaysian government has managed to find the right balance between economic development and environmental sustainability.
For today's dish, you'll need the following ingredients: 3 teaspoons of ginger, 3 garlic cloves, 3 teaspoons cooking oil, 1 cup of peanuts, 3 teaspoons shrimp paste, 1 egg, 1 cup of dried anchovies, 2 cups of rice, 20 fresh chili peppers, that's a lot, black pepper, salt to taste, sugar to taste, half a cucumber, 1 can coconut milk, and 1 onion. Please note that with these ingredients, you can serve 2 to 3 people. Here's step number 1. Prepare the fresh chili peppers by cutting the top of a chili pepper and removing the seeds. You have to do this 20 times, and don't forget, this is very important. You need to wear gloves. We didn't, and we made a big mistake. Now for step 2. Put the ingredients in a blender. So that includes garlic, ginger, and the chili peppers. So remember, remove the seeds of the chili peppers. Let's hear the blender go zzz. Now this is not the consistency we want, so use a pair of chopsticks to put everything at the bottom of the blender once again. Blend again until you reach this thick consistency. This is the consistency of the relish we want. Now it's time to fry the sambal or the chili relish. So, turn on high heat, put some oil in a pan, and wait for the pan to heat up. Spread the oil around, and when it's hot, add the shrimp paste. After the fish sauce, you add the onions into the pan, and you cook the onions. Cook them, the onions, until they become translucent. When the onions are translucent, this is when you add the relish into the pan. So you have to put in the relish really quickly, okay? And don't forget to season the relish with salt. After you put in the salt, you mix everything together. Then you add the coconut cream or the coconut milk. Cook for a minute or 2 and then put it in a bowl. Now, in a clean pan without any oil, add the peanuts and the anchovies. You have to cook the peanuts and the anchovies until the anchovies are crispy. Now, in a clean pan, add in around 1/4 to 1/2 cup of oil. Now pour in the anchovies and the peanuts. So the anchovies and the peanuts are now being cooked in oil. So what's the ice for? Well, we kind of burned our hands by chopping so many chili peppers, so we needed that. Now after a while, you can add some sugar and of course some salt to your peanut and anchovy mixture. Finally, it's time for you to prepare the garnish. First, peel the cucumber and then slice the cucumber into very thin slices. You do not have to cook them. Now, serve your peanut anchovies and the sambal with fried or grilled chicken, hard-boiled egg, and a bowl of plain rice. Don't forget your cucumber. And there you have it, Nasi Lemak, or rice with crispy anchovies, toasted peanuts, grilled or fried chicken with sambal, or fresh chili relish. In case you need it, here is a written recipe for Nasi Lemak. Feel free to share in the comments how your Nasi Lemak turned out. I know during this pandemic it's difficult and dangerous to travel abroad. Fortunately, we can taste a bit of Malaysia right in the comfort of our own home. If you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe to get weekly video recipes. Anyway, enough talking. Here is a written recipe. Now let's welcome our guest, our special guest, Mr. Noor Hidayat Abubakar.
Hi, thank you very much for participating. Can you introduce yourself?
Myself. Okay. Hi, I Hidayat from Malaysia. Currently, I'm doing my PhD in Tsinghua Taipei in Hsinchu. So this is my 4th years.
Fourth year.
Yeah,
Okay, I hope you finish it soon.
hope so.
Yeah.
Finger crossed.
Okay. My first question is like, what's your favorite Malaysian food and why?
Right. My most favorite food actually is laksa. I'm not sure whether you have heard about it, but I think it's a mix made from the curry, I think, and the noodles itself. The taste is very hard to describe, but if you ever have a chance to go to Malaysia, you should try this laksa. And the other one food that I most miss while in Taiwan, I think, is satay.
Oh, really?
Yep.
It's hard to find good satay in Taiwan.
Yes.
Okay. What about laksa? Is it hard to find good laksa?
I don't think that I can find any laksa at here.
Okay.
I never counted.
So if I cook something Malaysian, what do you suggest? Laksa? I should try cooking laksa.
That's not very Malaysian thing, but the famous dish in Malaysia, I think, is nasi lemak.
Okay.
It's a very, I think, it's made from the rice itself is cooked with the coconut, coconut milk.
Yeah.
So and then there's a little bit anchovies and peanut. And then also we call it sambal, chili dried chilies.
Okay.
Yeah.
And like if if you could tell people 3 things about Malaysia, what would the 3 things be?
3 things first. Oh yeah. The first thing I think is especially for Taiwanese, they are always confused about our race. Because when they say, "Oh, you're from Malaysia, you should able to speak Chinese," but I can't because in Malaysia itself we do have 2 races, which is primary is around 50% Malay, which is me Malay, and second one the Chinese, which is most of Taiwanese meet Chinese Malaysians.
Yep.
So that's why they can able to speak Chinese, but I can't.
Okay.
I'm still learning.
You're still learning.
Yeah.
Say something in Chinese.
你好.
你好. Okay. Good. Good job.
I'm just stupid. No.
Okay. And another thing that you want people to know about Malaysia?
About Malaysia, I think food.
Okay. Like sambal.
Second, yeah, sambal, nasi lemak, satay. You should try because we are very diverse culture. We have multi-ethnic culture, so we do have a variety of food. So,
okay.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, you should try if you come.
Okay, I will. And one more? One more thing?
One more?
Yeah.
Maybe is a home of the tallest building of Twin Tower.
Okay. Have you been there?
Of course.
And do you think it's beautiful from the view? Do you think it's really beautiful from up there?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah? I think the view will be better if I look in the mirror, right?
What do you mean, look in the mirror?
If you look in the mirror and then you see yourself, that's a better view.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
right?
a good one.
That's the best one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedule. Yeah. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Today we're going to do TOEIC Reading Part 3, Directions. In this part, You will read a selection of texts such as magazine and newspaper articles, emails, and instant messages. Each text or set of texts is followed by several questions. Select the best answer for each question and mark the letter A, B, C, or D on your answer sheet.